Alright guys, so it has been a minute since I've done videos. I've been working hard. I have this RS6 manual swapped, clutch, turbos rebuilt, a whole bunch of other stuff. Almost done with it. I just gotta put water in it. She already fired up. Put water, recharge the AC, and bleed the clutch. That's the last thing I gotta do on that. On this one, we have a problem. Basically, for you guys, this is a 14 Mercedes S550 4MATIC, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the problem that the client came with is that on the light on the dash, when you're driving, it shows that the trunk is open. The other problem that he has was, basically, I took everything apart. There's not a lot of information on these cars. For you guys that are trying to have the same issue, you're gonna have to double check your wiring. See, like on this point here, sometimes it crack. Again, on this side here, the same scenario. Okay, make sure that there's nothing wrong with that. There's only one motor, which is on this side. You can see they kind of plug the wires in there. Make sure that those wires are not cracked. Now with the scanner, I can control the motor going up and down, and it does its job. The problem that I was having was that it would lock whenever it wanted to. Now, the main cause that I was testing to figure out the issue, if these buttons, okay, and this ones, they don't light up, you probably most likely is going to be this guy here. Okay, reason being is when the lights light up, he works until it cuts the power. When it cuts the power, these guys here, they kind of go dead like this, and then it will not open or close. Now, if they stayed on, you can close the trunk. It will close perfectly fine. It will lock itself down, no problem. Now, when you go to open it back up, you press to open it. It will open only about 6 inches. Okay. But then if you look at these buttons, they were already shut off. Now, when it goes smoothly to actually operate the way it's supposed to, these buttons just stay light up all the way up until it comes down to this position, which is fully open. And then sometimes when this clicks, see, like right now, it would have movement, but sometimes it wouldn't even lock. If I push it by hand, it wouldn't lock. Okay, it would just stay freely open. Now when that happened and I'll try to close the door, the trunk, it wouldn't latch. Okay, it would just open back up again. So the issue, I believe it's in here, that this motor is opening and closing whenever it wants to, is doing a short or something or some sort of inside that is killing the power to the commands. You can try to reset, but this is not a reset. This is just an e-brake, an escape button. So if you're inside the trunk or something, you press that, it will unlock. So it's not a reset button. People say that it's a reset. It's not a reset. It's right there. It's just to open the trunk in case you have to come out of it. You know, that's just the way it is. So this motor, basically, if I will tap on it when he was in place or whatever, if I will tap on it, this light will blinker or it will turn on and then it will flicker off. Okay, so definitely the issue is inside here. I went ahead and got a new one from the dealership. So that is you guys' part number. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and install this guy. And basically, this has a plug, obviously, which is right over here. There's this guy right here. It has a clip right underneath of it. You'll peel that off. It has 2 bolts here, which they are this ones, okay? And those are, I believe, like T20s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're Torx 20. Okay, those two bolts right here. Now, all of the covers and all this stuff, self-explanatory. It has those plastic clips on them, but it's a lot of them. You're just gonna have to go through them. Probably what I do once I start putting it back together, kind of show you guys how to put it back together, and it's the same process to remove it. So we'll see. But so I'm gonna go ahead and replace this guy now. To get this guy out, we got the two bolts. Okay, now this thing, that right there, kind of goes in this hole, and it has some clips. Okay, so this one, and there's a third one over here. Okay, so you can let this down. You don't really have to remove it all the way. You're just trying to get through this cable that comes onto the actual lock for the key, for this guy here. We're gonna remove it out of there, and then this should come out, and then we should be able to put the new one back on. So let me go ahead and remove that cable from there so that we could try the new part. Okay, be right back. All right, guys, so now we're gonna remove this thing. This is the cylinder completely. This is the one that holds it in place, and then you kind of twist it out of the hole for a minute. Then you can see right there the head of the cable. Okay, so we're gonna put it in position. Most likely, if we try to open it with a key, it's gonna spin, and we should be able to get it out. But regardless, that should be pretty straightforward. So let me get that done, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so the way that this thing comes out, basically we're gonna pull it out of the guide. Okay, so that's just the way it comes out. Put it back in the guide, remove it, and the thing comes out. So now we're gonna go ahead and remove our old system. We got our new system. We're gonna keep the wire back to the holder. Okay. And then that's it, that's on. Now we just gotta put this guy back on again. It kind of sits like that. Let me see if I can get you a better view. Alright, guys, so we put our cylinder back on. We tied that down, we put it in the same spot. Now this is supposed to just clip on. Just gonna deal with it. Now I just connected the plug. I tightened this thing up, and look, the lights are already up and running. Okay, so now it recognizes that the trunk is open, and I'm pretty sure if I lock it down right now, it should work. But I want to first get this guy back on its place. That way nothing is getting crashed or loose. So let me put the guy back on, and then we're gonna try to open and close. All right, guys, so let's give it a shot. The lights are working. See, before sometimes it will not lock, and it will come up and it will stay open at around this height. Now it's going all the way back as it's supposed to. Click it again. Going up and down as it's supposed to. So yes. So if you guys have this issue, and you guys see that your lights are not lining up when the trunk is open, and most likely you're gonna have a problem here. But now this is not a cheap part, okay? Dealership is not a cheap part. It's about 800 bucks for the latch. You gotta make sure that you have no other cables or nothing wrong with the motor. So I want to say that if these lights are off when you open the trunk and you start tapping over here and stuff like that, and this kind of flicker on and then go off, then that kind of points out that your problem is somewhere around here. But if your lights are on and everything, and this is, you close it and you open it and it's working fine, but the door doesn't go up and down, then you got to check the wirings, these wirings and the motor itself. Okay, because the motor is the only motor. On this side is just a spring loaded to help it, but on this side is the motor and the spring. So that motor is the one that opens and closes the door. Okay, so again, if this is not on, you gotta check wirings and whatnot, but that is working. That's working as it should now. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and try to put everything back together. The fun part, right? That's what they say. You gotta take all those sensors off. The new mechanism, you gotta take it off to be able to. Okay, and this is our panel. We are going to go just like that. La junta. Alright guys, so after we put our stuff back on, okay, kind of get it in place, and start putting the clips. I'm gonna hold it in place and we gotta put a whole bunch of them. Okay. A lot of this little plastic bits. Okay. Cover, everything tight. Let's give it a shot. There we go. Locks. Opens all the way. All the lights are on. We close it again. Perfect. There we go. So that's one part. Now these guys, they're the ones that kind of go in the corner. Now, can't really mix them. They have a clip that goes on one side of them, and they have the little plastic clips. Now this one had already one leg that it was broken, but I assume that somebody was here before. Patch inside like that. Okay, so it covers that, and it's gonna take one of the plastic. Come on. Okay, so that's in place. We're going to the other side. So it has two of them in the same plastic. I'm going to attach it. Okay, and then put a retainer.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, dude?
How you doing?
What's happening?
Good, dude.
Alright guys, so now we put in the floor. Okay. This guy has 2 clips on it. It kind of just slides in place like that. Again, 2 other retaining clips. There we go. There's some people in here that are kind of broken some clips and whatnot. So, what are we gonna do? Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we gotta put both sides on the back panel. Okay. On the back panels, they have a little lip. So this lip here, this is on the side panel, and then they have this opening for the light. Okay. So what we're trying to do is attach it behind the back panel. And then we got our feet on the right. Go through a hole. Okay. Okay. Now we have an idea. And it has these little clips here to kind of tie it in place. But then you see the way it goes there. And it's gonna have some other clip-ons that we gotta put on, but And that's what it's looking like. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. On that side we have the cigarette lighter. Okay. Can't forget to put that on top. Try to go behind. There we go. So see this side here, we have damaged it already. What are we gonna do? So this guy goes in this pocket here. Okay. And then the guy goes right here. Okay, so now we're just gonna put a whole bunch of clips. Before we put the floor down. Okay. So now we got clips and we got retainers and we got a bunch of other stuff. But everything's back on. Let's give it a shot. Closes. It opens up. Perfect. Alright guys. The rest is a bunch of clips. Just about this much. There's gonna be holes everywhere and there's some on the floor that are gonna be bolted on. Like this guys. We got a few of those. Got a few of these guys that are gonna be bolted down on the floor. So let's put these guys here on the side. And we got a whole bunch of these. Okay. Right here we got one. And here we have a hole. Right there. You see them? It's gonna be two. Okay, so when you look on this panel, up here, okay, up here, there's gonna be two on each side. Two there, and two on that side right over there. Screw there. And then the screw over here.
Just show me the guy. Take it. Let's see.
Okay. And we still got more. And now we have 2 more holes that we're looking for.
26 would be the same width of the material. That's all. Yeah. All right?
Got all of them. Now we gotta put this guy's. Alright guys, so all the clips, let's do a little rundown on all the clips. We got multiples here, we got 2 here, 1 there, 1 here, all 4 here, 1 right there, another one right there. We got a screw on there. Oh, I gotta tie this one. We got a screw on there, got 1 there, 1 there. You got a clip there, 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 there. This is a press on, and we have the 2 clips that go up here. You see them right there, right there. The 2 there in the back, the other 2 that go up here. Okay, let me just bolt this guy down. Alright guys, that's it. That's how you change the latch. And again, that's the part number right there. So if you ever have that issue with that S-Class, check the buttons. They need to be lining up. Okay, after a while you have the trunk open, they kind of shut off, but they need to be like this in order for them to be working properly. Alright, like always, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.